Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Today I will be taking the liberty to reviewing the Confederation Cup match between Mexico and New Zealand. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and drop a like if you guys enjoy this video, subscribe if you're new as well, and let's jump straight into the action. That will be the second game of these both teams in the Confederation Cup. So as a L3 fan, this is what I think the lineup will be: Ochoa, Alanis, Araujo, Reyes, Marquez in the midfield with Giovanni Santos, Marco Fabian, Aquino, Jimenez, and Julian Dam on the other wing. As you guys can see right there, the lineup is repeated, and don't worry, we'll go through it again later on in this video. So Mexico, New Zealand, a team that Mexico know quite well, frankly. In the last meeting, of course, it was a friendly. Mexico did win 2-1, but I think the game that every Mexican will have somewhat drilled into the back of their head will be that World Cup qualifier that Mexico had to go through when Miguel Herrera was barely taking charge of the Mexican national team, where we got that famous 5-1 victory over the New Zealand team. So many Mexican fans will definitely be hoping for the same result here in the Confederation Cup, although I feel that it won't necessarily be the case. As you guys see the pitch, I am using FIFA 16 for this video. Would have been nice to be able to use FIFA 17 for the simulation as well, but as seen as New Zealand is not in that game, I thought I'd go ahead and take the liberty to use FIFA 16 for this. But you guys can see we have the full Mexican roster. I try to update the New Zealand one to the most current one as well. There was a couple players missing, but nevertheless, those are the players that are there. So Mexico, of course, gonna have, I guess you can say, the better advantage in the fans. Many of them traveling. I know that I think the statistics showed that it was a lot of Mexican and Chilean people that actually ended up traveling to Russia to support their team. So we're gonna see a lot of Mexican noise out there, and there you go again. There you guys see the lineup with Ochoa, who I think might start in goal. If not, it most likely looks like it's gonna be Talavera, but I'm with this hunch that Ochoa will definitely start. I think Osorio is finally trying to give that solidarity and in goal to see who could definitely be the number one, and I think Ochoa is the man to do so for right there. So we're gonna jump straight into this match. As I talk preview wise, you guys can enjoy everything that's going on right there and then. So Mexico, New Zealand, what can Mexican fans expect from this game? Well, we can expect rotation, heavy rotation from the squad, as you guys can see. This is a game that Juan Carlos Osorio said that he's definitely looking to give some of the other players an opportunity, those who didn't play against Portugal, and most definitely those who might not start against Russia either. But everything's up in the air, and if someone has a really amazing performance here, they are definitely into the contingency of that Russia game. So Mexico's importance for 3 points in this match is crucial. They got a very well-deserved point against Portugal. Many could argue that that game could have gone for themselves as well if they were maybe a little bit more keen on target. But nevertheless, it was a result that you could definitely be proud of. Now, you're going into this game, and winning this game could mean that you could go into this last game against Russia with only needing a point to qualify into the next round. So this is a very crucial stepping stone in the right direction for the Mexican national team if they want to continue their good form and if they want to prove that they are capable of winning this tournament. So 3 points right here is definitely the urgency. I know Juan Carlos Osorio was hoping for some goals, and I know all of the Mexican nation is going to be looking at this game to coast home and maybe just, go under the radar and really just push it through and go out with this with a big result. So as you guys can see right there, the opposite happens. So what if New Zealand do somehow manage to find a goal, just like we see right now in the video? I think Juan Carlos Osorio might just panic. We saw kind of what happened against Portugal. It was a bit of shaky defending. Nevertheless, if they can just buckle up and just ride it. I think that they have more than enough talent to crawl and get a goal back, because it's important for this Mexican national team to show that they not only have talent, but they have that backbone to claw themselves out of a bad situation and really not be surprised by the pressure. So I think Juan Carlos Osorio might be doing things well there, and if that's the case, then we'll probably see a Mexican national team not only dominate the game in possession like they did against Portugal, but find a way to kind of not necessarily coast home, because I feel like this game is definitely going to be one of those games in which Mexico's going to be under a lot of pressure. There's going to be kind of new faces playing with each other, and it's not necessarily all going to be smooth. There's going to be a bit of teething out there, but I feel that these players have enough skill and capacity to get the result that's needed. So I think Mexico needs to go in this with high hopes, and as well with caution. New Zealand is no pushover team. There's a reason why they got to this tournament, because they were the best of their confederation. So it's important that Mexico know how to deal with this situation. As you can see in the background, Rafa Marquez equalizing in the last minute, which, funny enough, who knows, maybe that might be the case. But as you guys can see right there, the shot, goalkeeper maybe should have done better right there, stronger hand to parry it away, but nevertheless, Rafa Marquez will definitely take that for himself. So the Mexican national team has quite a journey up ahead. So halftime in this game, we're going 1-1. If that would be the case in the regular match, I think a lot of fans would get a little bit nervy. We're gonna see a lot of the support kind of go against Juan Carlos Osorio, who, let's face it, he is not the most popular man in Mexico, even with the great strings of result that he's been able to capitalize. I think the one thing that will hinge over him forever will be that definitely 7-0 defeat against Chile, and maybe he can do justice to the Mexican national team and fans if he were to play Chile and Mexico were to beat Chile in the Confederation Cups. I feel that's something that maybe could help heal those wounds that are yet to be sealed exactly. But I think it's going to be an interesting thing to see exactly how this Mexican team can cope against the pressure of New Zealand. New Zealand, a team that's going to just sit back tight, trying to get them on the counter. And I think Mexico really need to find a way to not only break that defense, but to also not be caught on the break. I think the one thing that they showed against the Portugal game is exactly defensively, they're not the most confident team, and I feel that could be a danger going into this game, because you never know. You just never know in football. So if the Mexican national team can get sorted back, then I feel that there will be no problem in order to beat this New Zealand team, who, let's be honest, didn't show their best up against Russia, but you never know. Against Mexico, they might have a different face, and they might just go for it all out. And I feel we can be looking forward to a very interesting, very entertaining game. I don't think it's going to be quite a dull game. I think Mexico is going to be looking for goals. They're going to be trying to get that goal difference up, because you never know. Sometimes the results might not go into your favor. And going into the last game against Russia, it's definitely going to be a game that will definitely what's the word I'm looking for? Will define how you finish the group, how everything ends up going. So I feel like Mexico has the capability of actually topping the group. So if that were to be the case, then that would be wonderful, because you might kind of avoid either Chile or Germany, who will most definitely win that group, and and then have the ultimatum to face, I guess you can say, the weaker link. But regardless of the fact, the team that comes after Russia for Mexico is going to be no easy walk in the park. So I think they're going to be tested, but in the meantime, we'll focus on this game right here. As you guys can see right here, I'll make a couple of substitutions that I think he will. Lozano, of course, we're going to have to speak a little bit about him. Guardado, who's going to come on as well. Jonathan Dos Santos, who came in as well, and I pushed up Giovanni Dos Santos into the right wing. So, yeah, I feel this Mexican team has the talent. I feel, especially with Irving Lozano just moving on to that PSV contract he just signed not so long ago, I think he's going to be looking forward to not only impress his new teammates, but impress the world and to show exactly why it is that he's moving into the Netherlands. So hopefully we can have a good game out of all of them. Fingers crossed that everything works out perfectly. As you can see right here, it's a beautiful goal worked by the Dos Santos brothers. Giovanni doing ever so well to push the ball forward and then cutting inside. Jonathan Dos Santos just going through the defense, splitting them through. Giovanni easily finds him right before he's offside, and then Jonah just tucks it away into the bottom corner. So there it is, 3-1 to Mexico. So let's just hope for a good result. And I think, we gotta trust in Osorio, which is something that the Mexican fans have had a really tough time to do so. Even I have had my doubts about the guy, but if he can continue the strings of results, then I think we can only judge him on that, and we'll just have to see and continue and hope that he can perfect everything that he's been working on. And I think the boys respect not only his authority but his philosophy, and I think they work hard for not only the coach but the fans themselves, and hopefully it could be displayed out there on the pitch. So I think towards the end, I think Mexico is gonna have a good game. I believe the game will end up being somewhere between 2 to 3-0. Maybe New Zealand can get a goal back, making it 3-1 maybe. Ultimately, who knows, maybe even a 4-1, as we're going to see right now. Raul Jimenez score the 4th goal of the match. Easy tap in from the edge of the 8-yard box into the net. Goalkeeper was beaten. Pretty good rebound goal. Maybe Irving Lozano should have finished that himself, but either way, it's only a simulation. We'll have to wait and see exactly what happens and over there in Sochi in Russia. So for me, my final prediction, I'm going with a 3-0 to 3-1 result. I think Mexico will definitely do their dues, and they'll find a way to get those 3 points, and hopefully with the result in the morning being one that will favor Mexico, I believe the side will do very well. So that's where I'm going with. And one last thing to end here, seeing as I'm coming close to the end of the video. The one big huge topic that unfortunately has to be addressed aside from everything that's going on in the pitch, it's definitely going to be the goalkeeper chant. We're at a stage in where now the Mexican national team could be docked points for the behavior that there's certain things that could happen if the chant continues, and I think this is just gonna end up either bad, or we're gonna see the chant just go away. But I don't see this ending pretty nicely for the Mexican national team. The fans, how they are, and we're pretty feisty when it comes to people telling us what to do, especially when it comes to our sports. So I don't think the chant's gonna stop. I think we're gonna continue, and I think we're gonna see a penalty for Mexico. But here's hoping that that actually doesn't happen. So at the end of the day, I think Mexico is gonna win. Hopefully the boys can show a really good result. As you can see right here, I doubt it will be a 5-1 victory, but hopefully New Zealand doesn't get an early goal. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please drop a like, subscribe, and we're gonna have a lot more new content here on the channel for you guys. Goodbye.